Hello, this is Darwalk, and I'm back on Shovel Knight, continuing with my first playthrough. The goal of this particular play is to pick up as many of the bronze level trophies as I can, get all those feats out of the way before I start on the harder ones like the New Game Plus and the No Death Run and all that stuff. So this video is going to kind of be rushing through everything. I'm not going to show all the full stages because I'll get to those in the serious playthroughs later. I probably will show more of the bonus stages because those will be things that I'll skip when the difficulty is higher. Otherwise, it's everything trophy related or contributing to trophies is what I'm going to try and cover here. So let's get on with it. Picking up where I left off. I'm on the second map screen and trying to finish up as much as I can before I go on to the next one. Picking up the throwing anchor means that there's now a trophy available for killing 3 enemies in one go, so I'm on the lookout for somewhere to do that. This is definitely a pre-boss checkpoint. There's nothing to achieve here except clearing it, other than finishing it off with the shovel spark technique, which requires full health. And I don't think I had any health refills with me, so I had to forget about that for this one. So that has unlocked the path to the armor outpost, and in there's the hat shop. And I know there's a trophy for helping all the people in the hat shop, so that's what I was going to do next. I was totally unprepared for how random that was, and very lucky to have the phase locket equipped. Phase locket seems to be the OP tool for this game. Definitely helped me get through quite a few fights, especially this one. Right, next up should be Plague Knight, but the path is being blocked by one of the wandering travelers. You have to fight those anyway, so might as well do it. Yeah, so I'm looking for a health chalice again, but I did not go back to the Trowpole King, so I don't have it. Really pays to make sure you always have one of those, I think. Yep, Phase Locket, definitely the way to go. So next I wanted to go to Pridemore Keep and use the throwing anchor to kill a bunch of flying rats to get that trophy. But this one wanderer was still in the way, so first I went back to the armor outpost. Just going in and coming out again caused them to move, so that's where I went to next. So I did actually have another reason to come back here, in that I had missed a music sheet by running left at the beginning. You can find that one, and I noticed that in a previous game, but I didn't want to clear the whole stage to save it, so came back to get it this time. Then as I'm also going through this stage again, I decided I would finally do the checkpoint smashing trophy at the same time. So we're going for that, plus the throwing anchor trophy. So again, I avoided the killing blow in the hopes of finishing him off with the ground spark, but once again I did not have any Trowpole chalice to refill my health, so abandoned that plan again and just killed him normally. But I did get the trophy for smashing the checkpoints. So the first things I did was to spend all my cash. I bought some armor which increases my magic at the cost of taking more damage. I also visited the Trowpole King and got some more refills, and then went off to do the Plague Knight stage. So I'd realised I'd messed this up. I needed to keep those enemies alive to bounce on them. I didn't fancy going through that whole run the gauntlet again to get back here, so I just gave up and I thought I'll come back and get that next time. Turns out that there was a relic up there, however, so I needed to get that, and I would have to find another way. So I'm trying to lure that enemy over to bounce on his head to get the music sheet. That's obviously not the way. I decided that it must be to do with the relic that I haven't got yet, so I just left it for now. So we're on to the boss. I've used my Troupple Chalice, so ground spark is unlikely, and it's kind of unlikely here anyway because the floor is not flat. So I just wanted to kill him and move on with the game. I'd have to come back to this stage anyway. So the armor causing me to take extra damage was really giving me problems. It did give me extra magic, so I should be using that for the phase locket, obviously, so that's how I approached it next. Finishing off Plague Knight gave me the halfway trophy for killing 4 of the main bosses, and next I wanted to use up my cash again before I headed off to tackle the Mole Knight stage, because I don't want to drop all my money. And also I needed to get out of this purple armor because I just learned a hard lesson by using it. So luckily I did find the relic for this stage, the Dust Knuckles, and surprisingly I was able to get the trophy specific to the Dust Knuckles in the same room, so that saved me coming back or looking for somewhere else to do it. But I was aware that I'd missed the one for Plague Knight, so that was next on my list. Right, this stage started to get very frustrating, and luckily I'm not on the no death run, but I will have to do all of this without dying at some point, so not looking forward to that, I have to say. Okay, but this is the lead up to the boss. So again, I'm probably going to look to see if I can get Ground Spark with not much confidence. Other than that, it's just killing the boss. So I'd already taken one hit from his Flying Sparks and I had no Trouble Chalice, so again Ground Spark finish is out of the question. The third section of the map is open, so that's another 3 boss areas, 1 more Wandering Traveller, and who knows what else. But before I get to that, I want to finish off everything I can in the earlier stages. So the alchemy coin is the missing relic from the Explodatorium. I could buy it here instead, but I will go back to the Explodatorium anyway because I want to make sure I have all the music scrolls and everything. And I need to bounce this coin 5 times for a trophy. I almost had everything lined up for a ground spark finish there with one mistake that I didn't realize at the time, but I should have used the blue potion first, and then I wouldn't have lost the health to that boomerang and I could have fired off the ground spark. So this was the moment that I had a plan on how to do it. Then I just had to find a boss to do it on. Next I wanted to spend some of my cash, and I had an awkward amount of gold, so I wanted to go through some of the bonus stages to get that number up a little bit. So that was where I headed to next. really flubbed the timing on that. I was going to try and hit it with the shovel on the way down for some reason, instead of doing it the safe way. However, coming back to get my drop treasure gave me another trophy, so it was kind of worth it. After running through this bonus stage, I was just shy of the 3000 gold that I needed for another set of armor, so I went back to Mona's minigame for a little top up. Seems to be the best way when you need a couple of hundred gold. And then I could buy the red armor, which is one that saves your gold when you die. Just by coincidence, I pushed the square button here and found out that I was missing one scroll at the Explodatorium. So I went back to all the other stages, checked to see if I'd missed anything there, and the only one that had a missing music sheet was the Iron Whale. So first I would have to go back to Explodatorium and then Iron Whale. So the hidden advantage of the alchemy coin is that it kills the rats without making them explode. And I'm not sure if it has much use beyond that, other than the fact it keeps going, it doesn't disappear when it hits an enemy. But it turned out to be very useful. Right, so back here, this time I managed to bounce on the enemies without killing them first, so that's the first secret path. And that turned out to be the perfect place to get the trophy for using the alchemy coin, so that is now done too. This one still had me stumped though. I was trying the same thing that I tried last time with the same amount of success. I was basically thinking about the propeller dagger, thinking that that is how I will get over there. But the two blocks above were the clue, and I hadn't figured it out at this point, but I would later on. And yet again I had the wrong selection of potions to be able to get the ground spark finish, so gave up on that once more. So not done with the Explodatorium yet, but I need a little break from it, so I went off to the Iron Whale to get that missing song sheet as well. I'll be honest, that time I just forgot about the ground spark. It was a good opportunity, but I didn't take it. Never mind. Alright, now a little bit more upgrading. I think I got my magic up to max. Okay, at some point I had a brainwave about how to reach that song sheet in the Explodatorium, so I headed back there to do that. And it turned out to be one of the most frustrating things I've done so far. It basically requires bouncing on the bird that drops the exploding flasks. However, that bird will also destroy the steps to get up there and frequently knock you into the bottomless pits. So it took a lot of attempts, it was super frustrating, and I'm just going to include everything so you can get a sense of what it was like. Thank God for that, is all I could think. The fact that you only got one shot at it each time because the floor got destroyed is what made that the most frustrating thing so far. Okay, so Plague Knight, a chance to get the ground spark finish. But this is a bad boss to do it on. I think Propeller Knight might be worse, but this one doesn't have a flat floor in the arena, unless he destroys it all first. So I had to stay alive, let him destroy the floor until I had a nice flat space, Then remember to drink the blue potion, followed by the red potion, so I had full health and couldn't lose it, and then I could fire off the ground spark and hopefully hit him. So that's quite a lot to get lined up. So another very tricky one done, but that was mostly only tricky because of where I chose to do it. I just didn't want to do all of those trophies on the Black Knight. So here we are now. We've got 57% of Shovel Knight's feats done, and I think about 8 more trophies. So I will leave you with the trophy clips that were recorded on the PS5, and we'll be back soon with the third part of the map. Thank you for watching.